What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, October 17th, 2023, I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, again, we have an action-packed show. But before I begin the show, I always love to state my intentions. And my intention is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transition. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. And wow, is this a big Transition Tuesday? Man, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. First thing I want to talk about, it's been in the headlines. It's been in the headlines for weeks, like a week or two. We're talking about this Jada Pinkett Smith book, Worthy, and her comments said that, and the words that she has, and now we're hearing stuff about Will Smith, and I tell you, it's just been crazy. It's just been crazy. Man, we got Deborah on the check-in. What's going on, Deborah? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Blessings and peace to you as well. Welcome, 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 Deborah. Thank you for joining us here today. So yeah, Jada Pinkett Smith, man, it's been on everybody. Everybody, you have to have an opinion on this. Unless you're living under a rock, you know what's going on here. And man, I feel like I'm getting caught up in this too as well. But I want to talk about it. I want to get people's thoughts on it as well. And and I'm seeing now, Will Smith responds to Jada Pinkett Smith's Worthy book. And while he says, and this is Will Smith's words, says they are in a beautiful place. They're in a beautiful place. So Will Smith has shared his thoughts on Jada Pinkett Smith's new memoir, Worthy. And the pair has been a subject of multiple headlines since Jada Pinkett Smith revealed last week that the pair has been separated since 2016. 2016. They have been separated. Who knew? Who knew? Man. So Will Smith is quoted as saying, after he read the book, he's quoted as saying, when you've been with somebody for more than half of your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in. Okay, so Will Smith is saying this is emotional blindness sets in. And you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to their hidden nuances and subtle beauties, right? So this is Will Smith just commenting on the book. Commenting on the book and commenting on it. So Deborah says, man, it's sad. Yep, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, Deborah. And my guy, Cliff, is in the building. What's going on, Cliff? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also got Felicia calling in from The Rock. Is calling in today. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Working late. I'm so glad you made it. I'm so glad you all made it. And you guys out there, who just joined us as well, too. Man, I get it. Before I continue on, let me give you guys a soul claps. Man, I got to do that, man. Because you guys are taking the time out of your busy schedule to check in with us. I appreciate that. I got to give you soul claps. I got to do that. I got to do that. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you all. Man, so let's move on. So Jada Pinkett Smith appeared with her mother, Miss Norris, to talk about her book. She was on Talk Shop Live, I think it is. And the mother said that she wants to clear some of the venom aimed at Jada Pinkett Smith, her daughter. Okay, this is important. She goes, I just wanted to say, when you guys, meaning Will and Jada, when you guys decided to separate, that was a decision you both made. Okay? You both separated. You did not cheat on Will Smith. That was the mom says. So Jada Pinkett Smith and her husband had appeared together on the episode of Red Table Talk. You guys remember that? In July 2020. Where she confirmed she had a relationship, an entanglement, I think that she used the word entanglement, with singer August Alsina, okay, who is a friend of their son. So he's a young guy. During a rough patch in their marriage. Jada Pinkett Smith confirmed what her mother said. She said, I just need people to know, okay, I did not cheat on Will Smith, she said. No matter how sad he looked at that table. And man, did he look sad at that table. I felt for Will Smith for that one. And I'm sure most of you out there felt for Will Smith as well. Man, it was very disturbing to see. It was very disturbing to see. So Will Smith, again, he read the book, and so he is quoted as saying, I applaud and honor you, talking about Jada Pinkett Smith. If I had read this book 30 years ago, I definitely would have hugged you more. So again, I don't know. We'll get into that. I'll start now. So now Will Smith said he's going to start hugging her now. Welcome to the Authors Club. I love you immensely. Now get you some Merlot and take a rest. Okay, that's what Will Smith is saying. Then Jada Pinkett Smith says, he knows I can't have no Merlot. And then she says, that's beautiful. That's why I can't divorce that joker. Okay, granted. You know what, Jada Pinkett Smith, you said you can't divorce him, but Will Smith, you can. Man, this is crazy. This is absolute crazy. What's going on? We got my sister cousin, Gina from North Carolina. She is in the building. What's going on? What's going on, Gina? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gina says, raise your hand if you are Sister Jada. Wait a second. We're going to get into size here, Gina, in a second. Don't jump the gun here. All right? So keep your hands up or down, all right? For I guess your team Jada there, Gina. We're going to talk about that, okay? But let's talk, guys. Let's talk. Okay, let's really talk about this. And again, like I told you guys, everything goes down on the Transition Tuesdays. The book Worthy is out today. Comes out today. Jada Pinkett Smith has gone on. She's done so much press for the book. She's promoting the book or what have you. That's a good thing. She's looking to sell some books, come out with some salacious, quotes and stories, before the book comes out, have us talking about it, making you want to get the book. I get all that. Okay. But again, we really have to worry about Will Smith's mental headspace. I mean, what more can the guy take? I mean, from her saying in the book how, when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and then she sees this and she could, when Will Smith says, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth, and she's looking like, what? He knows that we're not married, we're separated. So he faults her, or she faults him on that by coming out with that, worried about his mental space then at that time. Man, this is crazy. I mean, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. I really worry about Will Smith's headspace, his mental headspace in this case. What more can people take from that being on the red table talk? Have to sit there and talk about and hear about an entanglement? I mean, with your son's friend? And now we know what we knowing, and, they were separated, but still had to be humiliated on that front. And then now he has to be humiliated on what we're now learning that, when he smacked Chris Rock and she was like, wow, why is he talking about my wife? Keep my wife's name. He knows we separated. Again, that's another open wound. How much more can the guy take? Man, this is just crazy. So Gina says, question 1, books are written basically for income. They have plenty of money, so why is she spilling all their tea? Because she's a narcissist. Oh, okay, could be. So Deborah definitely says, definitely crazy. And then Gina says, when Will snap, I'm going to need us to all be quiet because I'm a sinker. I think am I pronouncing it correct, Gina? She's separated, Will's married. What do you mean? What do you mean on that, Gina? Elaborate on that a little bit if you could, okay? So, but again, I'm going to go to it, because apparently Jada Pinkett Smith, like my sister cousin says, she, she's looking to sell books, it's income. I get it. I get all that, for books. You got to come out there and really tell your story. But man, on the expense of Will Smith, though, I mean, we're not really worried about what. So what happens if something does happen to Will Smith? How about if he snaps because of this? Are we worried about that? Apparently, it doesn't seem like Jada Pinkett Smith is. Doesn't seem like that. It seems like, and again, and again, if you haven't seen the video when she first got the books, I guess they were mailed to the home and everybody's around and they're opening up the books and everything like that. I want you guys, when you see this video, I want you to zoom in and really focus on Will Smith's demeanor in the background. Seems like he's in a trance. Again, reading the book, he knows what's in the book, but he's, acting like reading the book and everything, and clapping and everything like that. And man, it's just like, it's really crazy. Man, I tell you, I don't know. So, Gina says to Felicia, hip your man to the I am slang. What does I am slang mean, Gina? Come on now, help me out. I'm a little long in the tooth. Break it down for me. But, no abbreviations. Come on out with it. This is Transition Tuesday, Gina. Let's go. Okay? But, man, I'm telling you, I mean, it's really disturbing to see that. It's really disturbing to hear Will Smith said that, it's beautiful. He says they are in a beautiful place. Beautiful place for what? Man, beautiful place for what? Man, again, I'm really worried about Will Smith's headspace here. Is he in a trance? I mean, I know the feeling, man. Hey, man, I'm not judging nobody, but I know the feeling, I know the feeling. Hey, I was once married and, stuff went down. I know the feeling. I'm telling you, Will Smith seems like he in a sunken place. Like, just get out. Man. But Will, man, to keep your sanity, I mean, you have the opportunity. I mean, how can you come back from this? Will Smith, you look even crazier if you stayed in this relationship, like nothing ever happened and it's all good and, you guys remain separated. I mean, I don't get that. I don't understand that. I definitely understand that. You look even crazy if you stay with this. I think Will Smith, if I could offer some advice, I think you just cut bait on it. Everybody now it's out that you guys aren't married, you're separated, okay? You live in separate lives. You've been doing that since 2016. Can't pull the wool over each eyes. You're getting more and more stories coming out. And again, does he have to hear more and more Tupac stories? Gee whiz. All right, in the book, in the will book, he clearly says that he could live up to the Tupac name. Now he has to hear, now he has to relive these, this trauma, of now she's going on record saying that, Tupac, proposed to, he was engaged to Tupac when he was in Rikers Island. And it turns out by seeing, like some lady on TikTok really dove deep and with an investigation saying like that was totally false. He was engaged to another lady. Come on. Now you got to relive this? Now you got to hear his daughter, his family saying, oh, man, I wish Tupac was alive. We would love to meet the guy. Come on, man. Who wants to go through all this? Who would go through all this for some money? Man, I'd rather be on the side of peace and happiness than some money, just live miserably. I don't get that. I don't get that. So again, I'm I really worry about Will Smith's headspace here. Because you just never know, man. And I don't think it's anything coming back from that. So Gina says, my take, I saw the video. I'm stuck in the group chat too. Will played it off. He was hurt, yet being supportive. I think he is distraught and sad, but Will smiles. It's what some of us do. Yeah, I get that, Gina. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, he did look distraught. He did look sad. He didn't seem happy. He knew exactly what's in the book. He knew what's coming down the line. And again, if you decide to stay in that space of what we all know now, I mean, there's something, my man. You might have to get some counseling for somebody. Maybe somebody might play this for Will Smith. You know what I mean? I just feel for the guy. I just really do feel for the guy. And some people rock with, Jada Pinkett, but again, I'm on the side of Team Will. So, I mean, what side can I ask the question to each and every one out there, like, whose side are you on? If you got to take a side, which in this case, I think we have to take a side here. Like, which side are you on, man? Are you a side of Team Jada who wants to sell books, but in the interim is really killing this guy, like his mental status, internally, we don't know what the guy's going through, Or are you on the side of Team Will? You know what I mean? And again, this could go one or two ways in terms of this book. Now, we already know a lot in the book already, so why should we want to read it, I guess, you know what I mean? And people can probably boycott that book and be on the side of Will Smith. It can go in one way, or it could go on to sell billions of copies and everything like that too. But again, we're not really thinking about the mindset of Will Smith because of this. Because again, these are like open wounds, continue to be open wounds, open wounds. And to Will Smith's credit, and Gina says, who's on Team Jada? Hey, I think a lot of people might be on Team Jada. You know how she came up and everything like this? Maybe, she's telling her truth. People might be for that. So people might be rocking with Team Jada on that one. It can happen. It happens out here, Gina. And Deborah says, yep, playing for both of them. Absolutely, yeah. Definitely praying for them. But, oh man. But, books are made to be told, and the stories need to be written. But again, like I said a lot of times we got to really be conscious of what we say to people, because you got to really worry about what's going to be how's the person going to feel based on these words, because words are powerful. Sometimes when you say things, without even thinking about them or what have you, you can't take these words back. Especially things like this. This stuff is in print. These things you can't take these words back. You can't take these words back, what you say. Okay? Like Maya Angelou always says, people are not going to remember what you said to them. People are not going to remember what you did to them. But they're going to remember how you made you feel. How I made you feel. Right? How do you think Will Smith is feeling during this time? During this whole thing. I don't think his feelings was ever in consideration. Because I think Jada Pinkett Smith it seems like to me, just an outsider looking in, it seems like, Will Smith loved her, if we're going to compare loving somebody, loved her more than she loved him. And I think she can't get over the fact about maybe, I know Will Smith can't live up to the fact of Tupac Shakur. That has always been something that he has to shake, And man, so two questions I have out there. What team are you on? Team Will or Team Jada? Then the second question I had was, can Will Smith come back from this public embarrassment, this public humiliation? Public humiliation. Now the wounds are reopened again from the slap. From the slap. And Deborah, you made a great point. Will has to be very broken. Absolutely. Man, here he is, vulnerable. Now he is broken. It's shattered, broken. Now we opening them wounds, and again, now the slap seems irrelevant because she's basically saying, Jada Pinkett Smith is basically saying, like, wow, that's weird. Why is he saying keep my wife's name out your wife? He knows we're separated. That's crazy. And if she really was about it, if she really loved the guy, like most women out there, women of substance, she would have stopped the guy. But apparently, she was okay with it. And she was okay with it afterwards, too. Crazy. Just crazy, man. But we're not thinking about Will Smith's mental state, man. I mean, we got to really watch this. We got to really support. I'm all support and helping people, man. We need Will Smith support. He gives the great quotes about we're beautiful. What would he say? What did I read here? I just gotta go back to what I was saying. They're in a beautiful place. That's a beautiful place. Looking at him in those videos, that's a beautiful place. That's a beautiful place? No, that's a broken individual, like Deborah said. It's a broken individual that needs healing. Now these old scab wounds are reopened. Man, can he recover from this? This is public shame. This is public embarrassment. Yeah, and again, Will Smith, if you see this, you know, I know Transcendence 2 has a great reach. And if you see this, Will Smith, again, man,